And I'm pretty sure if you're a content creator watching this or someone trying to be a content creator, you probably are familiar to some degree with the Shure SM7B. When I first heard this microphone, when I first learned about the microphone, because I'm sure I'd heard it before, but when I first learned about this microphone, I thought, oh my God, this is it. If I get this microphone, my audio is going to be absolutely incredible. And it has been, because I love this microphone. This microphone is fantastic. It's $400, it's expensive. Plus you got to get the interface and you may even have to get a signal booster. So the barrier to entry is pretty high, depending on your financial situation. But at the end of the day, the SM7B is a fantastic microphone. Now, with that intro out of the way, by the way, my name is Francisco. Thank you for watching. Let's check this out. You might think this video is about the SM7B, but it's actually not. I actually want to talk to you about the microphone I'm currently using right now, because you see, here's the thing. I fell into this trap like many of you have or will eventually fall into. I thought that having an SM7B just automatically meant I would have amazing microphone and audio quality. And although you do get great quality out of an SM7B, what I have learned since then, and especially with this microphone right here, is that you don't have to spend $400 on a microphone to have good microphone commentary audio quality. Ladies and gents, this is the Lewitt LCT 240 Pro XLR condenser microphone. And this microphone is a fraction of the price of the SM7B, and it sounds absolutely incredible. This is the LCT 240 Pro, and this thing will come in at $120, $119 right now on Sweetwater's website, which is what I paid for it, okay? And it is a very small microphone. I don't have a banana for scale, but you should be able to get the idea right here. It's a full metal build. The metal mesh grill on the front and on the backs and at the top have very little to no give at all. Overall, for $120, this is a phenomenally well-built microphone. You can also get the LCT 40SH shock mount, which is what I have right here. This is an all-plastic build shock mount. It's specifically designed for the LCT 240 Pro and I believe the 440 Pure as well. And on top of that, we also have the Lewitt LCT 50 PSX pop filter. All right, now, if you feel like this package altogether right here, when we combine the shock mount and the magnetically attaching pop filter, looks a little familiar, and you think you've maybe seen this with something like the Elgato Wave microphones, then you wouldn't be crazy, because Elgato actually partnered with Lewitt in the creation of the Wave 1 and the Wave 3 condenser microphones by Elgato. So let's talk about sound. Now, the one thing is that I want to confess to you is that what you've been listening to so far is audio with VST plugins added into the chain. So I'm going to turn those off right now with the SM7B so you can hear what it sounds like raw plugged into my audio interface, which is the Elgato Wave XLR. And you're going to get a good idea of what this sounds like now. So now what you're listening to is the SM7B on its own. No plugins, nothing at all. This is what it sounds like organically. You plug it into your system, you plug it into your interface, you plug the interface to your computer. This is what you're going to get out of a Shure SM7B. So let's see how the LCT 240 Pro sounds like without any sort of VST support. So what you're listening to now is the Lewitt LCT 240 Pro with VST plugins activated, turned on, whatever terminology it is that you want to use, and running through my Elgato Wavelink software through the Elgato Wave XLR, yada, yada, yada. So we're going to go ahead and turn those off right now. And this, ladies and gents, is the LCT 240 Pro with no VST support whatsoever. This is what it would sound like plugged in directly into your audio interface, and your interface plugged in directly into your computer with nothing else in the middle of the chain. This is what this microphone sounds like. Let me know in the comments below what you think so far. Let's go ahead and check how this microphone performs in regards to plosives management. So right now with the windscreen on, Peter Piper packed a peck of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. And with the windscreen off, Peter Piper packed a pick of pickled peppers. I think I'm saying that incorrectly. Peter Piper packed a pick of pickled. Bleh. Peter Piper packed a pick of. Peter Piper packed a pick of pickled pepper. Jesus Christ, I can't do this. Peter Piper packed a pickled peppers. You get the point. This is what the LCT 240 Pro does in regards to noise rejection when you're playing on a mechanical keyboard or typing, whatever it is that you do. In the spirit of continuity, we're going to go ahead and leave the VSTs turned off because I can't actually do any of these noise rejection tests with noise suppression turned on because that defeats the purpose and I would be lying to you. And one thing that I'm not is I'm not a liar. So let's pretend for a single moment that you don't understand that this is a front address or side, is it top address, side address, front? It's the front. You're talking to the front of the microphone. Okay, so all you would be Blue Yeti users out there that I've seen you do this in the past. I swear to God, and I think I was one of them too at some point. But you have your Blue Yeti like this, like aimed at your mouth, like it was a traditional dynamic microphone. It's not. It doesn't work that way, okay? Because that's a condenser microphone. The capsule, all right, is aiming at my chest right now as if it was a shotgun loaded, ready to go. It doesn't work, okay? You just don't use a condenser microphone in that manner, because again, this microphone, much like a lot of condenser microphones, are front address microphones, and you should be able to hear a very distinct difference. But oh my God, it just switched over to the side. I don't know, maybe I'm just having a really good time playing Diablo 4. I'm not really paying attention. I'm flailing my arms about, and then we just accidentally spun the whole thing back over this way. And now you really don't understand what the hell I'm doing, because it makes absolutely no sense as to why I would even begin to spin my microphone around to begin with in the middle of playing Diablo 4 as a lightning sorcerer, which is a very overpowered and OP class and build. But God forbid that I try talking into the rear of the microphone. Now, only someone who's absolutely lost their marbles and lost total sense of reality and understanding would actually try to do this, because again, the capsule's pointing that way. So it just wouldn't work, right? So how'd it do? Now, let's see how great this microphone does, and specifically its shock mount, $40, in managing shock or impacts. I'm going to channel my inner Danny Carey, that I wish I was as good as, and drum on my desk. That's about as best as I can do. Danny Carey just has God-given gifts, okay? Let's just be real. But in a more realistic sense, I mean, you're probably going to accidentally like tip or tap on your boom arm over here. You might accidentally like knock over or, make some sort of a impact with the actual shock mount itself, or maybe even the microphone too. Now, keep in mind, I still have all my VST plugins turned off. So what you're hearing is exactly how this microphone performs under such conditions. At the end of the day, here's what I think. For $120, plus the cost of an audio interface, which you can find relatively cheap, and you don't need anything special because this is a condenser microphone, it just needs to have the ability to provide it with phantom power. This is a phenomenal microphone. This is a really, really, really good entry-level condenser XLR microphone for any creator out there looking to get started, or somebody who's potentially been on USB mics for some time and is looking to get into the XLR world. Now hold on. There's nothing wrong with USB mics. They're very viable solutions these days, but maybe you just want to upgrade and change it up a bit. If you're looking to do that and you're trying to decide what microphone to go with, and you have not heard of Lewitt, because here's the thing, this is the other thing I forgot to talk about earlier in the video. Lewitt is not a brand that I am very familiar with, and that's both my fault because, I didn't really do much research back when I was shopping for microphones aggressively, but also I don't think that they have the street cred, the renown that a brand like Shure or Audio-Technica or even Rode have, right? You know those three names. Those are three big brands in the world of microphones and audio. Lewitt, at least as far as I'm aware, and Lewitt's not new. Then they've obviously, again, they've helped out with Elgato and the Wave microphones, but I don't think the average starting creator is familiar with Lewitt as a brand of really great quality microphones, and I think that is damn near criminal. Because here's the thing, you can go spend $400 on this microphone alone, plus the audio interface, plus the additional signal booster, which you may have to buy depending on the audio interface that you buy. And that's going to be easily, what, $650, maybe $700, depending on what you get. Or $120 for the microphone, $40 for the shock mount, and $30 or $20, I forget the price, for the pop filter and an audio interface. And so we'll call it $200, $250. You've got yourself an incredible microphone that will deliver incredible audio quality. I think it did a fantastic job when it came to noise rejection, right? When we took all the VSTs off, the microphone did a really good job of handling my fan. I've had my ceiling fan running this whole time. My PC fans are going crazy. My AC is off and on, okay? And I've got a whole bunch of noise going on outside. Now, you're not going to possibly hear it right now because my VSTs are on, but even when they were off and I listened back to the video, you really couldn't hear it. Where this microphone might struggle a little bit is the ability to absorb impact. And that's not so much just the microphone, but it's also the shock mount itself. The shock mount, I'm not really impressed with, to be very honest with you. I think for 40 bucks, it doesn't do a $40 job. I think for 40 bucks, what we're actually paying for is just something to make it look aesthetically cooler. The pop filter, same exact thing. I think the pop filter is just more for aesthetics. It does a job. It does some work in reducing plosives. I don't think it does a phenomenal job at all. But then again, you also have to employ some mic technique. Now, I'm not a mic technique expert, okay? But for starters, one thing you want to do to combat plosives and sibilants is talking into the microphone at an angle and not having the capsule directly pointed at the very front of your mouth like this. You want to use your angles. What I want you to walk away with from this video is this. You don't, if you want to, it's perfectly fine, but you don't have to buy an SM7B to have excellent audio quality for your content. You don't have to do this. If I was starting off right now as a new content creator, new YouTuber, new Twitch streamer for however much longer Twitch lasts because they just make terrible decisions all the time. Maybe you want to start off on Kick, TikTok, YouTube, whatever it is, okay? Whatever you want to do. You don't have to buy an SM7B to have excellent audio quality for your content. And for a fraction of the price, you can do that with the LCT 240 Pro. So, do I recommend a microphone? Absolutely. Who do I recommend it to? Anybody. Anybody out there looking to get into the condenser world and the XLR world, this microphone is incredible. And by the way, one last thing before I let you go. Since I got this microphone, I have been using this mic more than my SM7B. And I'll leave it at that. Thank you for watching. I hope you found the video helpful. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below. I appreciate all of you. Y'all are amazing. Continue to support the channel. I don't need money and none of that. Just likes, subs, comments, conversation. Let's talk. Let's cut up in the comments below. And just be ready because we're going to continue to see not just more reviews, but there will be more games content as well. I love y'all. Y'all take care. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. Peace out.